All kinds of crazy stuff. All right, so we're leaving the energy shot joint right now. We have to run back to the casa, so I wasn't gonna film, but that place is crazy, man. I don't know what's going on. So on my way here, we had some police activity over here, and then at the little store there was I don't know what was going on, some kind of weirdness in the parking lot. So it's getting late. What time is it right now? Yeah, it's already 6:03. We haven't even gotten started yet. Using all my battery up. All right, so it's Freaky Friday. This may or may not be included in my video, so, but I needed to film just in case. All right, we'll catch you at the beginning of the video. Alrighty. It is Freaky Friday, and the brakes are squeaky. Oh, good morning. What's up? Alrighty. Bumpy. Alright, so we're starting off on the Santiago Creek Trail once again. It's Friday and it's late. It's probably 6:10. But I guess the good thing is it's going to be bright, even though I prefer the dark. Alright. 31 miles an hour, oh my word. Pedal, 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 pedal. Let's pedal and see how fast we can get. It's locked in at 30.1. Now if I throttle it, I guess I can get a little bit faster when I pedal. Let's see. Maybe not. this bike is ghost pedaling at, I don't know, at like 18 miles an hour or less. That was like on the electric, was kind of like where I like to ride at was and the battery was at like 75% and pedal assist 3, gear 7. That was nice because it gave me just enough power, to give me that speed. I could be, at like, 20 miles an hour, but, I could still put some pressure on the pedals. So about 30 minutes ago, it was 45 degrees, but I can tell you right now, the temperature did definitely drop. I can't remember which way I rode yesterday, but we're gonna stay on the trail because this is really the fastest way. Okay, we're gonna help the bike out now with some pedaling. Got some pedal there. Yeah, let's keep pedaling. I need to warm up. But if I pedal, we're gonna be maxing out on our speed, even if I just barely turn the pedals. All right, or the cranks. Yeah, let's do the 35-minute route. We're gonna cut out right here. We won't really know, I really won't know how long it's gonna take me until I look at the video. So basically, yeah, so in pedal assist 5, it takes about 2 seconds for the motor to kick in. But it also takes 2 seconds for the motor to cut off. It's so cold right now. I'm gonna have to get some different gear. This car is turning. We're gonna go this way. Turn on Linwood. Lordy. Man, it's so cold. Now we're on Old Grand. Yeah, when is it gonna warm up? It's just not. Yeah, I wish I could get like some kind of a riding, some kind of warm, like baggy coveralls or something that could block out some of this wind. That would be so nice. That would be so nice. What's this car doing? Oh. Let's go this way. All right, we're turning onto Grand. I guess we're going to not take the 35-minute route. We're just going to take this random route. Oh, God damn it. What did I run over? There's something, oh my God. Something had to have fallen off the bike because I did not see anything. I didn't see anything in the street. So I should have told the guys at Windhorse. I told them I had a YouTube channel, but I didn't tell them what the name of it was. I should have though, because then I could then they could check out this review of their bike. All right, so we're gonna go over here to Santa Ana Boulevard. So the next thing I'm gonna do is secure the battery. Then we can start hitting some of this stuff a little more, like some of these bumps and some of the craziness in the street. I can start hitting it at full speed. Like, look at this jump right here. If you're going super fast, jump over here and land on the other side. Oh, that's kind of cool looking. Love me some train. Some train. Look at that too, guys. That is just, look at that activity. So up on that platform, there's a bunch of people working and sorting metal. A pressure washer. Oh. I don't know, it looks really cool. So when this sounds kind of crazy, but when I was, I should have stayed on Santa Ana, but that was kind of cool. When I was a kid, we would go to the dump. That's kind of what that reminded me of on a much smaller level. So we called it the dump, but it was just this massive landfill out in the middle of nowhere, out in the country, and out in the middle of the walnut groves and pistachio groves. Just huge. I don't know how big it was. Probably a mile by a mile. It was huge. And I would go out there with my dad to the dump because, you know, we didn't have trash trucks. And Garfield, you can say I'm Garfield. And yeah, it was just an awesome thing. So I would go out there and, like, it wasn't all just, you know, your house trash. You know, people would be dumping a lot of stuff, like, in the section we would go to. And so being a very, very young child, I would just trip out on all this different stuff, because sometimes, you know, you're just hanging out on the fringe of the dumping area, and there would be what is this building? Let's go look at this building really quick. You know, sometimes I kind of, while my dad was offloading the truck, I would, you know, be rummaging through stuff, which I know that sounds bad, but that's just what it was. And it wasn't like Is this a dead end? This is a dead end, guys. I'll have to remember that. I cannot. Can you get out this way? Yeah, wow. This is a dead end street. I've never been down this street before. East 2nd Street. So what I'm getting at is even sometimes like department stores would take their trash out there, and you could come across, we came across like, in my mind, so there used to be a drugstore called Thrifty's, and we came across a dump site from them, and they had thrown away like all kinds of crazy stuff, and that was like new products and stuff like that. This sounds horrible, man, but it, just is what it is. But we found a gaming console there. So it was it was one of the first gaming consoles ever, right? So it was a triangle. There's my 6:30 alarm. Oh, I should have went down that alley, man. So it was this gaming console. So it's shaped as a triangle. And it had on one side of the triangle, it had a gun, like a .44 Magnum with a wire hooked up to it. And then on the other face, it had a steering wheel with a gear shifter. And then I think on the other one, it had two little paddles with those little round knobs on them you could twist. So it was like that. It was like that game Pong. So it was kind of cool. And we had an old TV. So the regular TV we used was those old wooden TVs. So you had like the wooden frame around them. That was our color TV, but it was broke. And on top of our old wooden TV, we had a black and white TV. And we managed to figure out how to set that thing up. You had to get like one of these little brown adapters where you could switch it, it's like a little switch. And I think you had to find like the right channel or something to put your TV on. But we ended up being able to play that gaming console. And so the Pong one, you're just hitting this, I think it was called Pong. You're just hitting this square. So you have these rectangular rods, and this is in black and white. I'm telling you, we're playing black and white video games. And it would, you could, so there was Pong, and then you're just hitting this square back and forth, and then if there's these big giant numbers of the score. And then the race one, you're just like a rectangle. I can't really remember exactly what that one was like. I mean, I was young. Who knows how old I was? I was probably, 5 or 6. And I'm gonna try to find one of those somewhere, like online, just because it was a trip, man. I'd like to see what the screen looked like to try to remember exactly what was up. But then there was the gun one. I can't remember exactly how, like, what you were shooting at with this gun. So you can see my breath. Yeah. But yeah, the dump, man, we would I would always be in there just looking for old toys. Mainly that's what it was. I was looking for old toys. I don't need that light on anymore. We all get tired of waiting. I'm trying to think, I can't remember if I found anything else, but what my dad would do too is, find old stuff. I mean, this wasn't like in your mind you remember one occasion and it seems like, you used to do it all the time. It was probably only one or a few times, that it happened. I don't know, but my dad also used to, find junk there, or we lived out in the country, so if he would come across some old, machinery or old signs or anything old, and he would get his hands on it and kind of restore it. Nothing major, and then just find some old junk, make it look nice again, and then we would go to we'd go to a swap meet and sell stuff. So it could be like old tools, old yard tools. And I'm freezing. That's why it's so hard for me to communicate right now. Old anything and make it look presentable. Then we drive out into the country to this swap meet. I can remember getting up early and going to the swap meet with him, and we would sell stuff just for extra money. We had so we'd leave when it was still dark and be driving out to the country, get to the swap meet, everybody would be setting up. I'd watch the sun come up. He had those old school thermoses, so he would make me a thermos of hot chocolate. And I had the little cup on top, and I'd go wandering around the swap meet by myself, and I don't know how old I was. I was probably 5 or 6, or maybe even younger at times, I don't know. But I can remember I'd go wandering, hey Dad, I'm gonna go for a walk, and then take off, wandering around the swap meet by myself. But it was a trip, man. That place was crazy. So it was this big, giant dirt lot, dusty as hell. And then in the middle was this massive, massive barn. And then inside the barn, you could get food and stuff. And there was even a tattoo shop inside of there. I can remember watching people get tattoos. What else do I remember about that place? Lots of beer. Those plastic beer cups everywhere. It was a rugged swap meet. But I still remember like the feeling, the feeling of being there, just being, just walking around and just looking at all these people's stuff, and it, there were no commercial booths, this was all people selling their old stuff, their old junk. But there would be some people that, it was the opposite now. Now you have like all commercial looking stuff at swap meets, and then you have our new looking stuff, and then you have a few booths probably that are people selling their old junk. So it was the opposite back then. I mean, there were some people that were selling new things, like clothes and stuff like that. But we actually, he would also bring a burn barrel, big 55-gallon drum, and a bunch of wood, and we'd have a fire inside that barrel to stay warm. Also. But one time, we went to the swap meet and we were on our way home. And we got some Delhi activity here. That looks kind of cool. So he had the truck that we used was an old Ford pickup, had some big gnarly tires on it. So one of those sky blue Fords. I don't know what year it was, like a 78 or something. And we were riding back down the country road, this 2-lane country road after the swap meet, and freaking back of the truck caught on fire. So I guess my dad didn't put out the fire from the 55-gallon drum good enough, and it caught all our stuff in the back of the truck on fire. So we're like, jamming down this country road, and the back of the truck is on fire. So I remember my dad pulled over, and obviously I jumped out, and then I was standing on the side of the road, and he was jamming the truck into reverse and slamming on the brakes, and all our shit was coming out of the back of the truck onto the ground. Crazy. Fire truck showed up. It's just gnarly. It's crazy. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Lots of cars. Oh, we can go. bike's making some noise. I don't know what it is. I think it's the front brake. I hope. Hopefully it's not air blowing out of the front tire. Hell yeah. Alrighty. Alrighty. Oh, that was crazy. I put on my throttle and the bike did not go. Oh my God, my heart dropped. Yeah, I pressed the throttle and the bike just sat there. That would suck. But we know we have a solid backup. We have a solid backup bike. The G1. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Dodging the glass. Oh my God, that was a big bump. Somebody come popping out from behind the bush. Oh yeah, it's a nice move, bro. So I think like, on this bike, the longevity is like, like what kind of, I haven't even looked at the battery yet. So I think that would be like my biggest, the hub motor is probably just God, my phone's going off. The hub motor is probably one that's mass produced, and I'm sure the battery is too, but like, this bike is fun to ride, like throttle only. So if this is just like a low quality battery, that's gonna suck, because first off, like, that's what I need. That's why I need to get a better, like a good quality bike, because I put so many miles on it. So I need a bike that's got good cells. Oh, my hands hurt so bad right now. Yeah, these, like a bike that has, that's gonna be able to take a lot of charging cycles. Like, if you're just gonna be cruising around on your bike on the weekend, I think any e-bike you get is gonna be fun, and be good for you, It might take, it could take a month or 2 months to just get, to your 100-mile mark. But when you're commuting, like, you need to get like a good name brand quality bike, and that's what I have to figure out. I need to get I think the electric kind of fell into that category, even though the electric was a budget bike. I think they put a lot of engineering into the controls and in the design of the bike, This is going to be this light, man. Sucks. But yeah, like, what? That's why I may be looking at bikes that are designed for like cargo bikes, or what bike brand can you find, that's designed well, with an awesome battery, for the longevity thing. So we have, let's see how many total miles we have. 263 miles on this bike now. My phone's been going off incessantly in my pocket. All right, so we will catch you on the next ride. So I don't know if this video will get published, but the ride out of this spot today, Friday's night ride home, is a ride to Disneyland, if that's not exciting. So we'll see you on the next one. There we are.